Prokaryotes and eukaryotes make up the two main domains of life. Prokaryotes are divided into smaller domains, bacteria and archaea. Although eukaryotes show increased complexity, prokaryotes remain the most diverse and numerous cells on Earth. Prokaryotes, which are organisms that don't have a nucleus, differ fundamentally from eukaryotes, which contain nuclei and are thought to have originated as predators.
Okay, so here we drew the tree of life. So these two branches are prokaryotic branches, so it's broken up into bacteria and archaea, and then this one branch is for eukaryotes, which have subcategories of like fungi, animal cells, plant cells, etc. So prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms and are much smaller than eukaryotic cells, as you can see by the size of both.
And eukaryotic cells are multicellular and unicellular, depending on the cell and individual organism, and all of the organelles are membrane bound, whereas in prokaryotes, they're not membrane bound, and these are much bigger than the prokaryotes. They're about 10 to 100 micrometers in size, whereas prokaryotes are 0.2 to 10 micrometers in size.
So prokaryotes don't have any membrane bound organelles, but they do have a nuclear region called the nucleoid, which is where genetic material is housed, whereas eukaryotic cells obviously have a nucleus along with other organelles.
So the chromosomes in the nucleus are linear, and the DNA is located in the nucleus, unlike the prokaryotic cell, and the metabolic functions of a eukaryotic cell are photosynthesis and cellular respiration.
So prokaryotic cells also have metabolic processes, which include photosynthesis and aerobic respiration, but they also can perform anaerobic respiration and fermentation.
So prokaryotes could have been fused together or been eaten by larger prokaryotes to form eukaryotes, which is the endosymbiotic theory, which also explains why the mitochondria and chloroplasts have their own DNA.
And finally, in terms of reproduction, prokaryotic cells can only reproduce by asexual reproduction, but eukaryotic cells can reproduce asexually and sexually. So that's good. Yeah.
So the range of habitat, prokaryotes have a wide range of habitats because they have different metabolic functions they can do. They can exist in areas with oxygen, without oxygen, so they'd be anaerobic or aerobic, depending on if there's oxygen available, whereas eukaryotic cells are more limited to their environments. They can't withhold extreme temperatures most of the time, or extreme conditions that prokaryotes can have.
Yeah, so prokaryotes, because of the extreme conditions that they can withstand, they can be found almost anywhere on Earth, from hot springs to ice in Antarctica to extreme pressure in very, very far underwater regions.
So toward the tendency towards multicellularity, prokaryotes are always unicellular, whereas eukaryotes are multi and unicellular. Most prokaryotes live as single-celled organisms, but they can join together to form chains, whereas eukaryotes are multicellular and they obviously are compact together. And the prokaryotes reproduce asexually through binary fission, whereas eukaryotes reproduce sexually and asexually through mitosis and meiosis.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's make sure we unplug it correctly. I believe it's that one, yeah.